In the modern world, we find ourselves constantly surrounded by noise and distractions. Our minds are bombarded with information, thoughts, and external influences that make it challenging to find moments of solitude. Yet what if embracing true solitude could be the key to transforming your life? Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, believed just that. He spent most of his life in solitude, honing his craft and developing his unique philosophy. In his final work, Dokudo, also known as The Path of Walking Alone, Musashi left us with 21 precepts that offer guidance on how to lead a fulfilling life, enriched by the power of solitude. Join us as we delve into Musashi's philosophy of solitude and explore how embracing aloneness can profoundly change your life. Who was Miyamoto Musashi? Before we delve into the profound thoughts that Musashi left behind, let's first explore who Miyamoto Musashi was. He was a revered figure, a ronin, a wandering samurai without a lord. Musashi was born in 1584 in a Japan torn apart by civil wars. While his prowess with the sword was unparalleled, it was his profound wisdom that continues to inspire us centuries later. Musashi was not just a swordsman, but also an artist and philosopher who won over 60 duels, many of them to the death. Musashi's journey was far from a trail of endless violence. It was a path that led to deep introspection and wisdom. His life was marked by a relentless pursuit of self-mastery through discipline, dedication, and crucially solitude. Musashi's solitude wasn't about leading a monk-like existence away from society. It was a mental solitude, a self-imposed state of mind where external world chatter was muted. He advocated introspection and a clear mind free from distractions as the path to self-improvement. This understanding was encapsulated in his Dokudo, which translates to the path of walking alone. Through these precepts, he provided guidance on how to live without fear, regret, or distraction, and the importance of being true to oneself. The importance of solitude. Musashi's philosophy emphasized solitude not as a means of isolation, but as a path to self-discovery and self-improvement. He believed that solitude allowed him to sharpen his mind and body without distraction, honing his skills and understanding himself at a deeper level. In the silence and peace of solitude, he found clarity, freed from the influence and judgment of others. It was an opportunity for him to learn, grow, and come to terms with his strengths and weaknesses, without the external noise that often clouds our judgment and self-perception. Musashi wrote, "Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world." He urged people to turn their focus outward to observe, learn, and understand the world around them while maintaining a humble sense of self. It's about removing ego and opening oneself to the vast knowledge the world has to offer. This humble self-awareness, coupled with a profound understanding of the world, forges a formidable path towards self-improvement and personal growth. Practical ways to embrace solitude. Musashi's lessons on solitude are not just applicable to the life of a samurai, but can be applied to our lives today, centuries later. He formulated these insights into the Dokudo, a short work written a week before his death. One of the lessons Musashi teaches us is the value of self-reliance. He reminds us not to seek pleasure for its own sake, emphasizing that fleeting happiness derived from external validation or material possessions does not lead to long-lasting fulfillment. Instead, Musashi urges us to find satisfaction within ourselves, in our actions, and in our personal growth. Another key point in the Dokudo is the principle of not depending on partial feelings. This urges us not to act impulsively based on transient emotions, but to carefully contemplate our actions and their consequences. Our decisions should be thoughtfully made, fully conscious and independent of fleeting feelings or external influences. Furthermore, Musashi highlights the importance of being unattached to physical and temporal things. He advises us not to hold on to possessions we no longer need. This counsel to let go of unnecessary attachments extends to material possessions, relationships, habits, and thoughts that no longer serve us. It's a lesson in decluttering our lives, both physically and mentally, creating more room for growth and transformation. In another precept, he states, "Do not fear death." This is not a call to be reckless, but an encouragement to live fully and fearlessly, with the understanding that death is a part of life. It's a prompt to live each day as if it were your last, cherishing every moment and seizing opportunities as they come. Lastly, he urges us to be detached from desire, your whole life long. This teaches us to free ourselves from the constant yearning for more, which often leads to dissatisfaction and unhappiness. It's about learning to be content with what we have, while still striving for self-improvement. These are just a few of the principles Musashi left us in his Dokudo. They provide us with a roadmap for navigating life, highlighting the value of introspection, self-reliance, thoughtful decision-making, and detachment from the superfluous. Today's world is vastly different from Musashi's time. We are constantly connected with technology, bringing us closer together than ever before, but also making it challenging to experience true solitude. However, as Musashi emphasized, solitude holds immense value for personal growth and self-understanding. Implementing Musashi's teachings in a connected world. Incorporating Musashi's teachings on solitude into our interconnected world can be a challenge, but it's essential for personal growth and self-realization. Firstly, you can practice solitude by regularly taking time away from the hustle and bustle of daily life. This could be through daily periods of silence and solitude, such as meditation, walks in nature, or simply sitting quietly in a room. During these times, allow yourself to think, reflect, and just be. Secondly, consider practicing digital detoxing. Setting aside designated times each day to disconnect from your devices can provide you with much-needed space for self-reflection and inner peace. It's a way of asserting your independence from the constant demands for your attention and creating space for solitude. Thirdly, solitude is about more than physical aloneness. It's also about mental and emotional aloneness. This means learning to detach yourself from the need for approval, the urge to compare yourself to others, and the desire to conform. It's about standing firm in your beliefs and decisions, even if they go against the crowd. Lastly, make solitude a priority. Treat it as an essential part of your self-care routine, something non-negotiable. See it not as a luxury, but as a necessity for personal growth and self-understanding. While the world may be different from Musashi's time, the lessons he learned in solitude are timeless. By incorporating these principles into your life, you can learn not only to be alone but to thrive in aloneness, finding peace and fulfillment within yourself. Embracing solitude, addressing the challenges. Embracing solitude isn't always easy. It often goes against our instincts for connection and social interaction. We might even fear solitude, associating it with loneliness, isolation, or rejection. In our connected world, choosing solitude can feel counterintuitive and counterproductive. Firstly, it's essential to differentiate between solitude and loneliness. Loneliness is a state of emotional distress, a sense of being socially isolated or cut off. It's an unwanted state, a feeling of disconnection. Solitude, on the other hand, is being alone without feeling lonely. It's a positive and constructive state of engagement with oneself. Secondly, realize that solitude isn't an all-or-nothing concept. You don't have to retreat into a cave or live as a hermit to experience solitude. Instead, it's about finding balance and incorporating periods of quiet, introspective alone time into your daily life. Thirdly, remember that solitude requires intentionality. It's a conscious choice, a deliberate act. It's about making time for yourself, for your thoughts, and for self-reflection. Lastly, embrace the discomfort that can come with solitude. This discomfort can be a sign of growth, a sign that you're challenging yourself, pushing your boundaries, and stepping out of your comfort zone. Musashi understood the challenges of embracing solitude, yet he also recognized its benefits. Through his life and his teachings, he gives us a blueprint for overcoming these challenges and harnessing the transformative power of solitude. Our life journey. The journey through the life and teachings of Miyamoto Musashi is a powerful reminder of the significance of solitude in personal growth and self-realization. The path to self-mastery often requires walking alone, and the journey may not be easy, but it is undoubtedly rewarding. Perhaps as Musashi did, you too will discover that being alone can indeed change your life. In a world filled with noise and distractions, embracing solitude can be the transformative key to self-discovery, personal growth, and a fulfilling life.